Our next topic is on what factor does resistance of a conductor depend? The factors are length, area of cross section, and material of the conductor. These are the internal factors concerned with the conductor. And external factors are temperature, light, magnetic field, pressure, etc. So resistance of a conductor depends on these factors. Length, area of cross section and material of the conductor, and it also depends on temperature, and in some cases on, not in all cases, but in some cases on light, magnetic field, pressure, etc. Now, those three factors, internal factors, there is laws of resistance. Dependence on three internal factors, that is length, area of cross section and material, can be told as laws of resistance. Sometimes asked what are the laws of resistance? So there are three laws. Number one, law of length. Law of length, you write temperature, area of cross section and material remaining unaltered, the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. What I told, temperature, area of cross section, and material remaining unaltered, the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to its length. If A be the area of cross section, and L be the length, then R is proportional to L when material and area of cross section remain constant. If L be the length and R be the resistance, then R is proportional to L. R is proportional to L when area of cross section and material remain unaltered. This is the law of length. Number two, law of cross section. Law of cross section, length and material, temperature, length and material remaining unaltered, the resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to its area of cross section. Temperature, length and material remaining unaltered, the resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to its area of cross section. If A be the area of cross section, then R is inversely proportional to A when length and material remain unaltered. Temperature, length and material remain unaltered. Temperature is remaining constant in all cases. So this is the law of cross section. And number three, law of material. Law of material. Temperature, length and area of cross section remaining unaltered, the resistances of different conductors made of different materials are different. I am repeating, temperature, length and area of cross section remaining unaltered, the resistances of different conductors made of different materials are different. So you see, the length is same, area of cross section same, temperature same. If we consider conductors, say made of silver, gold, iron, copper, aluminum, the resistances will be different for different material. So this is the law of material. So combining the first two laws, we can write R is proportional to L by A. We can write like this, R is proportional to L by A. Combining R is proportional to L when area of cross section and material remain constant. R is inversely proportional to A when length and material remain constant, temperature is constant, and R is proportional to, combining these first two laws, we get R is proportional to L by A. where temperature and material remain constant. Or we can write R is equal to rho into L by A. R is equal to rho into L by A, where rho is the constant of proportionality. Rho is the constant of proportionality called specific resistance or resistivity of the material of the conductor. This is specific resistance or resistivity of the material of the conductor. It is fixed for a material at a particular temperature. Now, the specific resistance, we can define specific resistance. The definition of specific resistance can be written as, I told you that R is equal to rho into L by A. If we consider a particular conductor of length 1 unit, L is equal to 1 unit, area of cross section 1 unit, L is equal to 1, A is equal to 1, A is equal to 1, A is equal to 1, then R is equal to rho. That is, if we consider a conductor of unit length and unit cross section, then area of cross section unit, then we can consider the specific resistance of the material of the conductor is equal to the resistance of that conductor. Resistance of that conductor is numerically equal to the specific resistance of the material of the conductor. Numerically equal for units are not same. So, if L is equal to 1, A is equal to 1, then R is equal to rho. From that we can give a definition of specific resistance. Now we consider, I told you that a conductor of unit length and unit cross section. We can consider a cube, unit cube. A unit cube, that is a cube whose each side is 1 centimeter or 1 meter, 1 unit. It is called unit cube. If we consider a unit cube, then the resistance between the two opposite faces of that unit cube will give you the specific resistance, and it is for a particular temperature. Now you can write the definition of specific resistance like this. You write the definition: specific resistance of a material at a particular temperature. Specific resistance of a material at a particular temperature is numerically equal to the resistance between the two opposite faces of a unit cube made of material at that temperature. I am repeating, specific resistance of a material at a particular temperature is numerically equal to the resistance between the two opposite faces of a unit cube made of that material at that temperature. So if we consider a unit cube, then length becomes 1 unit, area of cross section also becomes 1 unit. And I am telling a particular temperature, or it will vary from temperature to temperature. So this is the definition of specific resistance. Now, unit of specific resistance, so we can write rho is equal to RA by L. Rho is equal to RA by L. R is equal to rho into L by A. Therefore, rho is equal to RA by L. So from that we can decide the dimension and unit of specific resistance. Dimension of specific resistance you can write, it is written here. I wrote here, dimension of specific resistance rho is equal to RA by L, and we told you the dimension of resistance. So just by calculation we can write this is the dimension of specific resistance, that is M L square a to the power minus 2 t to the power minus 3. It is written here, you see. Dimension of specific resistance is M L cube a to the power minus 2 t to the power minus 3. This is the dimension of specific resistance. It is written here, the dimension of specific resistance M L cube a to the power minus 2 t to the power minus 3. This is specific resistance. Now one question, on what factor does specific resistance depend? On what factor does specific resistance depend? You write. On what factor does specific resistance depend? So, before that you have to write the unit of specific resistance. I forgot. So unit of specific resistance you can write. You see, so I told you that rho is equal to Ra by L. Rho is equal to Ra by L. So in CGS system, the unit of specific resistance, you see, in case of specific resistance in CGS unit, we write the unit of resistance as ohm. So ohm into centimeter square divided by centimeter. Actually, although the unit of resistance in CGS system is state ohm, but still in specific resistance we told it is ohm centimeter. So it is ohm centimeter. These are unit of specific resistance. Actually, if you express it in state ohm centimeter, it will be a very large quantity, and that's why in CGS system the specific resistance is represented as in ohm centimeter. In SI system it is ohm meter. In CGS system it is ohm centimeter, and in SI system it is ohm meter. Ohm meter. Now ohm centimeter and ohm meter. Now relation between ohm centimeter and ohm meter, you can easily write 1 ohm meter is equal to 1 ohm into 1 meter, and 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, so it will be 100 ohm centimeter. 100 ohm centimeter. So 1 ohm meter is equal to 100 ohm centimeter. So this is the relation between CGS and SI unit of specific resistance. Now I told you that on what factor does specific resistance depend? The factors are, you write, number 1, material of the conductor. Material of conductor, this is first factor on which specific resistance depend. Number 2, temperature. Number 2, temperature. And number 3, in some cases, on light, pressure, magnetic field, etc. So specific resistance depends on number 1, material of conductor, number 2, temperature, and number 3, in some cases on pressure, light, magnetic field, etc. These are the factors on which specific resistance depend. Now one question sometimes is asked in the exam, specific resistance of copper is 1.78 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm centimeter. What does it mean? Express it in ohm meter. Express it in ohm meter. Specific resistance of copper at 20 degrees centigrade. Specific resistance of copper at 20 degrees centigrade is 1.78 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm centimeter. What does it mean? Express it in ohm meter. So, first part you write, it means that at 20 degrees centigrade temperature, the resistance between the two opposite faces of a copper cube of side 1 centimeter is 1.78 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm. I am repeating, it means that at 20 degrees centigrade temperature, the resistance between the two opposite faces of a copper cube of side 1 centimeter is 1.78 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm. Okay, in SI system it will be 1.78. I have told you that relation between CGS and SI unit, you have to divide it by 100. So in SI system the specific resistance will be 1.78 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. In SI system the specific resistance of copper will be 1.78 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. Now next comes conductance. Conductance. What is conductance of a conductor? You write definition of conductance. The ease with which EAC is, the ease with which current flows through a conductor is called its conductance. The ease with which current flows through a conductor is called its conductance. It is reciprocal of the resistance of the conductor. It is reciprocal of the resistance of the conductor. If C be the conductance, then C is equal to 1 by R. I wrote it here. C is equal to 1 by R. If C be the conductance and R be the resistance, then C is equal to 1 by R. Now this is the conductance. Obviously dimension of conductance is equal to dimension of 1 by R, and that will be just reciprocal of the dimension of resistance. That is m to the power minus 1 L to the power minus 2 S square T cube. I wrote here dimension of conductance here. Dimension of conductance here it is written m L to the power minus 2 S square T cube. That is opposite, just reciprocal of the dimension of resistance. So that is the dimension of conductance. Unit of conductance is opposite, just reciprocal of resistance. That is called mho. State mho and mho. You just know the SI unit. So it is mho. Mho, MHO mho. The symbol is inverted omega, and it is also called Siemens. SIMENS, Siemens. The unit of specific resistance, it is written here, it is mho. MHO mho, symbol inverted omega. It is also called, mho is also called Siemens. In SI unit, it is also called Siemens, symbol capital S. This is the unit of conductance, electrical conductance, mho or Siemens. Then comes specific conductance. Specific conductance. Specific conductance, it is similar definition to that of specific resistance. Just you have to write, instead of resistance, you have to write specific conductance. So you write specific conductance. What is specific conductance? What is specific conductance? The specific conductance of a material of a conductor. The specific conductance of the material of a conductor at a particular temperature is the conductance between the two opposite phases. If the conductance is numerically equal to the conductance between the two opposite phases of a unit cube made of that material at that temperature. It is similar to that of resistance. I am just specific conductance or conductivity at a particular of a substance at a particular temperature. I am telling you again, the specific conductance of a substance at a particular temperature is numerically equal to the conductance between the two opposite phases of a unit cube made of that material at that temperature. It is similar to that of specific resistance or resistivity. So, conductance, specific conductance or conductivity is represented by sigma. Sigma, there is sigma, you see it written here. Sigma is equal to 1 by rho, and it will be L by Ra. It will be L by Ra. Sigma is equal to 1 by rho, that is L by Ra. And dimension of sigma, it is written here, dimension of sigma, this is 1 by rho, that is m to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 3, S square T cube. Just that of, opposite to that of specific resistance. The dimension of specific conductance is written here. You see m to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 3, S square T cube. You see it. Dimension of specific resistance, no, conductance. Dimension of specific conductance is written here. This is 1 by rho. This is the dimension of specific conductance. Unit of specific conductance, it is also opposite to that of specific resistance. It will be mho per centimeter. In CGS system, it is mho per centimeter. Mho per centimeter, just opposite to that of specific resistance. In SI system, it is mho per meter. Mho per meter or Siemens per meter. I wrote here. In CGS system, the unit of specific conductance is mho per centimeter. Mho per centimeter. In SI system, it is mho per meter or Siemens per meter. Sm to the power minus 1. These are the units of specific conductance. Now, our next topic will be other factors affecting the resistance. I told you the resistance depends on various factors. Till now we discussed only the internal factors. Now we will discuss the external factors, the other factors affecting the resistance. First one, effect of temperature. What is the effect of temperature on resistance of a conductor? Right. What is the effect of temperature on the resistance of a conductor? What is the effect of temperature on the resistance of a conductor? You write, the resistance of a conductor generally increases or decreases with the rise or fall of temperature respectively. Resistance of a conductor generally increases or decreases with the rise or fall of temperature respectively. It is general. But in some cases, resistance of some conductors like semiconductors, electrolyte, glass, etc. decreases or increases with the rise or fall of temperature respectively. Resistance of some substances like semiconductors, electrolytes, glass, etc. decreases or increases with the rise or fall of temperature respectively. Again, resistance of some conductors like constantan, CONSTAN, constantan, manganin, invar, etc. I wrote it here. Constantan, manganin, invar, etc. resistance practically remains unaltered with the variation of temperature. Again, for substances like constantan, manganin, you see the spelling. Constantan, these are alloys. Constantan, manganin, invar, etc. resistance remains practically unaltered with the variation of temperature. And that is why these substances are used for making standard resistances. All standard resistances are generally made of constantan or manganin. Why standard resistance made? For with the rise or fall of temperature, the resistance of the resistors will not vary. If the resistors, constant resistance are made, then with the variation of temperature, the variation of temperature resistance of those resistors will not vary. So, that is why these substances are making for making standard resistances. Now, this is the effect of temperature. The next comes effect of light. What is the effect of light on resistance? You write resistance of selenium, SELENIUM, resistance of selenium decreases with the increase of intensity of light incident on it. If some light is incident on a piece of selenium, its resistance decreases. Resistance of selenium decreases with the increase of intensity of light incident on it. And that is why selenium is used for making light depending resistance. It is called LDR, light depending resistance. Is a device called LDR. In short form, it is called LDR, light depending resistance. All LDRs are made of selenium. Now, effect of magnetic field. Effect of magnetic field. You write resistance of bismuth. Resistance of bismuth. BISMUTH. Resistance of bismuth placed in a magnetic field. Placed in a magnetic field increases with the increase of intensity of the field. Resistance of bismuth increases with the increase of intensity of light, with the increase of intensity of the magnetic field. Resistance of bismuth placed in a magnetic field increases with the increase of intensity of the magnetic field. Then next one is effect of pressure. What is the effect of pressure on resistance? Resistance of substance like carbon decreases with the increase of pressure applied on it. Resistance of carbon decreases with the increase of pressure applied on it. With the increase of pressure applied on it. You have to know these things only. Next topic is conductors and insulators. Conductors and insulators. What are conductors and insulators? Conductors, those substances which can conduct heat readily through them, are called conductors. Those substances which can conduct electricity readily through them are called conductors. All metals are conductors. All metals are conductors. Are non-metals like graphite, gas carbon are conductors. Non-metals like graphite and gas carbon are conductors. And what are insulators or bad conductors? Those substances. Before that, you have to know one thing. You have to add in the definition of conductor. In a conductor, there are huge number of free electrons. A conductor contains a huge number of free electrons in it. A conductor contains huge number of free electrons in it. In the definition of conductor, you add this one. Now comes insulator or bad conductor. A substance which cannot conduct electricity at all or can do so with much difficulty. A substance which cannot conduct electricity at all or can do so with much difficulty is called an insulator or bad conductor. A substance which cannot conduct electricity at all or can do so with much difficulty is called an insulator or bad conductor. We just add one line. An insulator contains only a few number of free electrons in it. An insulator contains only a few number of free electrons in it. Only a few number of free electrons in it. Now we have to write some applications of examples of insulators. You write examples of insulators: wood, ebonite, glass, rubber, silk, mica. Mica is an insulator of electricity but is a very good conductor of heat, etc. These are the bakelite plastic. Bakelite is also insulator. Now I shall tell now some applications of insulators in our daily life. Applications of insulators in our daily life. We write some applications. Number one, electric devices like switch, plugs, etc. are kept covered. All electric devices, that is switch, plugs, plug points, etc., are kept covered with bakelite plastic. Bakelite plastic. You have to see that with the switchboard, the white or brown colored or black plastic switches are there. So all electric devices like switch, plug, etc. are kept covered with the bakelite plastic, which is insulator of electricity. Number 2, electrical wires are insulated with plastic, nylon or rubber. Electric wires are insulated with plastic, nylon, rubber, etc. insulators. Number 3, in an electric heater, the heating coil, the heating coil is kept within a spiral group, on a porcelain platform. There is a porcelain platform, circular or rectangular platform. There is a spiral group. So porcelain is also non-conductor, insulator. So the heating coil is kept within the spiral group. Group means the slit. There is a channel, a spiral channel on the porcelain platform, and in that spiral group the coil is placed. And number 4, you can write, electric iron, the heating coil is kept covered with mica sheets. The heating coil is kept covered with mica sheets from both sides. I told you mica is a very good conductor of heat but insulator to electricity. So in an electric heater, the heating coil is kept covered from both sides with mica sheets. And number 5, you can write, in electric fuse, the electric fuse is connected to a circuit through a porcelain holder. An electric fuse is connected to a circuit which is mounted on a porcelain holder. This porcelain holder is mounted on a porcelain holder. So electric fuse is connected in a circuit with the help of a porcelain holder. So these are the applications of insulators